Okay, hi guys. I'm gonna talk about Strangers on a Train by Patricia Highsmith. First, I want to show you a quote that is rely on this story, even it's in the book, and it's that's exactly where you wrong. Any kind of person can murder. Purely circumstance and nothing to do with temperament. People get so far, and it takes just the least little thing to push them over the brink. Anybody, even your grandmother, I know. By Patricia Highsmith, and the book is Strangers on a Train. Okay, first I'm gonna talk about author's life, then I will give you a book summary, and in the end I will talk about topics. Talking about her life, I think this is so important because she had a tough experience. For me, she was an American novelist and short story, and she write the gender that she wrote. It was psychological thrillers. Her life, she burned 10 days after mm, her parents get the divorce, and she lived 1 year with her grandmother, which for her it was like the sadness year because she felt abandoned. And when she came back with her mother and her stepfather, again in the end she lived with her grandmother, and it was a good thing because she learned to read with or thanks to her grandmother, and also have an extensive library which she read a lot of books there. Talking about students, she studied English grammar, composition, playwriting, and short story prose, and wrote for famous magazines. Her first book it was Strangers on a Train, and she was sick. She had like hormonal sickness, and she was depressed. Also, she had chronic anemia, Burgess disease, and also lung cancer, which was the reason why she died. People's opinions, it's different. Some people think, well, some people say that she was a good person and other that she was rude. So it's like 50-50. She was an animal lover, and she write a series of 5 novels, that the character was Tom Riley, and it's like one of the famous novels. She wrote 22 novels. Talking about the book, um, okay, Guy and Bruno meet on a train and they had a conversation. Guy talked about her wife who was pregnant, but she just have another guy, and Bruno like proposed this exchange murder, and obviously for Guy it was weird and just decided to go out of the room and tell like, oh, I will never see this guy again, so it doesn't matter. But Bruno investigate about Miriam, which who is the Guy's wife, and kill her. And Guy obviously know that Bruno was the person who killed her and was worried about it. But Bruno manipulate Guy, saying like, "Oh, I will say that you was the responsibility, that you have all the responsibility of about this murder." And Guy have like a new girlfriend who is called Anne, and all the time Bruno was manipulating Guy for kill her Bruno, like the Bruno's father. And if he doesn't, he will say like and like everything. In the end, Guy just decided to do it, and after that, a detective started to investigate and like find the relationship with Bruno and Guy, which become like a friends. But more than that, Bruno was obsessed with Guy, In the end, Bruno died, and Guy feel guilty about everything and confessed to the Miriam's boyfriend, but he doesn't care at all. And while the detective was listening through the phone, and Guy was like, "Yes, I am guilty, and I am responsible. I have the all the responsibility." The main points, I think, first is murder. That is the a desire that everyone has, but deep is inside, and it's really interesting how the author just write about it. Also, the guilty that you felt when you do something wrong and you know it, and it's like always you find your conscience telling you like you do something wrong and you know it. And also the blackmail that in this story was really important, how Bruno always blackmail Guy for everything, and it's not that's not only happen in the books, also all the time in your daily life it happens. In conclusion, I think it was a really good book. If you like thrillers, it will like you. And um, yes, it's interesting and different, I think. So thank you for your time. Do you have any question or comment?
Yes, Karen, I want to congratulate you because you did a good presentation. And I have one question. Do you consider that Strangers on a Train was a good title? Why or why not?
I think so because they met on a train and all begins on a train, which is it's a place that you never thought like, oh, my life would change for this experience. So I think so. Also, like you maybe have an idea about what book we'll talk about, but it's always interesting.
Okay, thank you, Karen, for your presentation. Congratulations. I enjoyed your book and presentation. And what did you learn about this story?
Oh, that Oh, I learned a lot of things. First, like guilty, uh, change you and make you things that you don't want to do. Secondly, like the toxic relationship because they have like a friendship, but in the end, just because they feel guilty and lonely, and like you stay with people who maybe you know it's not good for you, but in the end, you don't understand why you stay with them. Yeah. Okay, thank you. If you don't have more questions, thank you for your time. Have a good day.